Facebook 2 Pinterest 0 Twitter 0 Gmail 0 Senator Rand Paul, an ally of President Donald Trump and advocate for smaller government, has sided against National Security Advisor John Bolton, calling him a malign influence, according to The Hill. Paul has made no secret of his support for the president's desire to pull troops out of the Middle East and at a minimum reduce its military presence in Syria and Afghanistan, and says that the recent mobilization of U.S. combat troops has alarmed him. The troop movements are thought to be the result of rising threats posed by Iran. However, when Paul was asked about Bolton's role in the recent deployment of an aircraft carrier, Paul said, "I fear that he's a malignant influence on the administration." Paul said that he believes it's Bolton and those around him who are pushing the president toward conflict in the Middle East, something that was supported by the New York Times report that stated it was Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan presented a military plan to Trump at a meeting last week calling for the deployment of 120,000 troops to the Middle East, at Bolton's request. PEQ3 data section I.D. equals style equals display, block, clear, both, width, 336 px, height, 280 px, margin, 0 px auto 20 px, data render time equals 1,558,047,368,057 greater than. My concern is that there are people that will overreact to this intelligence and somehow get us involved in a military conflict from which there's no turning back, Paul, a member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, said Thursday. Paul also cited another report from the Times in which it was reported that the White House has escalated its warnings about a potential attack from either Iran or other Iranian-backed forces. However, the president said on Thursday that the United States doesn't want to go to war with Iran, according to The Hill. The question is that's being done in reaction to our increased presence there and our naming all of the Revolutionary Guards as terrorists. Is this a reaction to our policy, or is it simply an aggressive policy saying we're going to start war? Paul added. Iran knows you don't start a war with the United States. Paul told reporters on Thursday that he's concerned that the military increase in the area could prompt a confrontation. "I think the most important thing is to put the administration on notice that they do not have congressional permission to go to war with Iran, and we need to make sure we're not involved in anything that is provocative enough to encourage a skirmish that leads to a bigger war," he said.